2008, a journey through smuggling, love, and transformation. The year 2008 turned out to be a professional smuggler's year. I was flying to London weekly to train new personnel of people who were delivering the goods for us. I used to be in London so often I even managed to open my national insurance number while actually never living in there. I used to have even a bank account, even if I actually even didn't have an address in there. I made over 100 flights with good deliveries, and the money flow was impressive. I never knew, and I never could imagine before that cash to get I was operating properties for years can be gained within a night of a proper amount illegally transferred goods of high tax difference. In many cases, my flight involved a third-party country, like Italy, Malta, France, Spain. The goods get a transfer between airlines, and when entering UK border, showing up as coming in from third country, where such things as cigarettes are usually priced high enough not to expect a smuggler from particular destination. Also from tourist-famous, exotic travel destination, people already are carrying large luggage bags, and ours, full with cigarettes, are just blending in, well in between, tourist wardrobe. All my India and US experience were left far away behind, without any regret as for the thrill and action I got in my new profession, smuggler. It sounded like a dream to me, something like from childhood's cartoons about pirates. They always had a chest of gold hidden somewhere at some hidden base. So did I. I had my tricks in each city I've flown into. I knew where to get weed upon landing. Often I even organized it prior departure. I knew where to get a night of sleep for a reasonable price. And each time I flew into some city for over 10 hours, I took a car for rent for one day. On my flights, I often listened to some lectures. There were days when we made tens of thousands within hours. And there were also weeks when customs took the delivery from us. So besides the thrill and massive amount of money involved in this business, with a time I got tired of it. But there was no way out. Kiev, the capital city of Ukraine, was always a hub for the woman. The days I was living in there, it was common to see a young lad walking in the street, hugged by two stunning beauties from each side. And I got an understanding of never experienced before female lovability towards the man in Ukraine. The woman in Ukraine is very far from the idea of feminism and are happy to understand and perform their duties towards man and household. A most common saying in Ukraine I heard was that woman's happiness depends on how often she wipes the table in different variations. I later realized how true it is. The songs that are sung by local girls on radio and TV are as linen as the hearts of their singers. It was much of a life in Ukraine. I traveled to Crimea a lot, Odessa, and constantly was out of boring by being dragged out on my weekly UK trips. Often flights and time spent into the aircraft made my choice for audiobooks and audio learning methods. Prior to each flight, I downloaded books and lectures for over 6 hours of trips and listened to them while doing my hustle. Some stories of real-life experience masters resembled deep in my pointing somewhere back to my experiences with truth back in days from Salvia trip. Some of the stories discovered the new ways of expressing the things I experienced. Some of them gave detailed knowledge on memories I could not glimpse together in my small head. But in general, my affirmation on that I did the right choice by becoming vegetarian were growing only stronger and stronger. Since my trip, all my partners were vegetarians or did convert to such after being with me. Kiev is an amazing city. It has a lot of life and fun to offer for each its citizen. It's a place where I'm returning from time to time whenever I'm in need to be treated by a superbly nice woman. As still a lot influenced by my one-time Salvia trip, I was assured to find me a wife to make kids with. Kiev is massive. And sometimes it was too hard for me to make a choice from. Sometimes the most beautiful girl turns out as the worst in relationships. And sometimes the smartest one is most annoying, but the sweetest one is the ugliest one. So which one to choose for a lifetime partner? So many suggestions, so many books and guidance. However, in a dull of love, you can't see clear a thing. Everything is misty, with a foul of love and mind gets mixed up between high and low, eternal and minor. I fell in love with Kiev. I fell in love with a woman from Kiev. I fell in love for so many times, and all of them were so lovely falls in love that at the end I got lost in the beauty of the Kiev. However, God had a different plan for me, and in one of the smuggling trips to the UK, I got arrested. The worst part of being arrested is that the life you were living before, the life you got used to, your habits and addictions are gone. They are taken away by the guys in uniforms and cufflinks for the days who passes by like years. However, even under arrest, the life still goes on. It is incredible how many things you can find to be kept busy within the prison, in the cell. For instance, I found more actions to do in my cell than I find outside. Time in the cell is a time for deep meditations, time for intelligent books to raise up your consciousness, and most importantly, that's the time where you can learn to be free, avoiding not only the walls of the prison, but your first prison ever, the body. The year 2008 was a year when I had my deepest real meditation experiences and samadhi state.